What's up? What's up, guys? I am making this video today because I want to talk about escapism. I just gave my midterm and now I am going to indulge in a little bit of escapism, and I thought I'll discuss it because it's interesting and fun and kind of like weirdly controversial. Because I don't know, I feel like this form of escapism is not talked about enough. I tried to look up a lot of videos, and yes, there are some creators talking about it, and I love them for it. You know, they made some really good videos. It's just there's not enough people talking about it. Like, it's just that I don't know what to do with my hair. I am not used to bangs, guys. This is new for me. My first time ever. So sorry if it's annoying you. It's annoying me too. Gets in my eyes. Anyway. Okay, I'm not gonna cut that out. You're seeing me at my most vulnerable. Anyway. So, yeah, about escapism. So, I feel like it's not talked about enough. Like, you know, when it comes to escapism, people are always talking about partying and drugs and, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. But no one talks about fantasy escapism, man. That's like my favorite form, like, you know, portal fantasies. For example, like in Narnia. It's like this one person gets transported into a different reality that's more colorful, more full of life. And that is like, it's an amazing form of fantasy escapism. So I just want to talk about what I do for escapism, and, you know, it's just also want to talk about how it's not very normalized and how it can even stagnate your efficiency sometimes. But it's important, right? Sometimes you just need to like regress and get into your little shell and enjoy your space. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And I do that. And I fucking do that. And I love it. But there are times when I just don't have it in me to face the day. And I have to face the day because I got shit to do. What kind of escapism do I use at that point? I'm going to discuss that too. So let's get into it. Before we start again, like, I just want to preface this by saying that it's fine. It's fine to want to escape because, let's face it, reality is really boring or sometimes really overwhelmingly stressful. And if you want to just like, bye bitches, and just escape, that's fine. I do that a lot when I shift. I've talked about shifting in a different video. And yeah, I do that a lot when I shift too. Like, you know, Gen Z really said we're done, bye, and just shifted. That's so cool. So there's that. And so fantasy escapism, right? I really like to write. So what I do is, whenever I am like feeling like shit about my life and, you know, things are not going my way, which happens quite often in university, especially, like, this is my 20s, this is supposed to be the peak. Fuck, no. So when that feeling sets in, I write. And weirdly enough, I'm 300 pages into a novel right now that I wrote purely as escapism. It's a medieval fantasy novel with elves and orcs and everything. Yeah. And it's just, my character is able to live a life in there that I cannot in this reality ever at all. So that's one of the forms of escapism that I engage in. Second, when I have to get shit done, right, and I just don't have it in me. This is another form of escapism. I end up cosplaying one of my favorite characters from any of the shows that I like. So my favorite character to cosplay is Dean Winchester from Supernatural. I'm wearing this too. He wears this on the show. His brother gave it to him. This lore. If you've watched SPN, great. If you've not, I don't care either way. So Dean is a very fucked up character. There's nothing to romanticize about that man. He's damaged to the core. But one thing about him, my favorite thing about him, when he needs to get shit done, he gets shit done regardless of what he's feeling. So what I do is, I dress like him. You know, weirdly enough, a lot of my fits are actually like his. The t-shirts, the jeans, the jackets and everything. So I end up dressing like him. I put on the music that he listens to, and I just get into his mindset. And then I approach everything from this point of view of what would Dean Winchester do? because I am Dean. What would I do? And at that point, regardless of what I'm feeling, regardless of how tired I am, regardless of how many hours I've slept, I go and I get shit done. Because his brother could have died, he could be losing the love of his life. This man is going to swallow it down and hunt monsters. And that is problematic, okay? Because he has not properly processed any emotion in his entire life. And he has a lot of daddy issues and savior complex, a massive one. So don't emulate everything. But yeah, that does help me get through the day. But that is also a form of escapism, which I think makes me more efficient and helps me get shit done. You know, you don't necessarily have to emulate a character like him. You can emulate any character based on what you want to do or what you want to, like, you know, get done. For me, Dean always works because, I don't know, I'm troubled, I guess. I don't fucking care. Whatever works. And third form of escapism is just, you know, playing games, watching movies. That is a very common one that almost everyone likes to do. And I enjoy watching movies a lot. I enjoy watching different TV shows. I love reading books, especially immersive fantasy books. My favorite. Medieval fantasy. Obsessed. Absolutely fucking obsessed. Now, the problem is when this sense of despair starts to set in, which happens quite often. Because, you know, you realize, like, you're probably never... Because why is fantasy so appealing? They basically cut away all the mundaneness and boringness of real life. And they just, like, string together all the fun things. And they just shove it in your face. They remove the part where you pay taxes. They remove the part where you take bathroom breaks. They remove all the boring parts. And it's just, like, one fun thing after the other. Wish life could be like that, but it's not. So another thing that I like to do to kind of like buffer in the silence when I am like really like feeling fucked up, you can put on these really cute fantasy tavern vibes on YouTube, and I put them in the background and I'll study or read or clean my room or do my laundry or fold my laundry, whatever it is that I'm doing. I'll do it like that. It makes the mundane task feel a little ethereal. Like, not ethereal, that's not the right word. It's like I put on a nice scented candle and I'll put on that tavern vibe, like medieval tavern vibe, and just like chill. Just like chill. That's it. And that's fun. That's really fun. So there's all these different sorts of escapism. It's just that one thing that you have to convince yourself is that this is just a temporary escape. It is not your reality. And you have to force yourself to snap back. Which is that after the age of 13, the number of times you feel excited about something in life decrease significantly. And that's when these things come into play. And especially, right, like, I love Fight Club. It's one of my favorite movies. And the dialogue in that, we were all raised to believe that one day we are going to be millionaires and movie stars, and we are starting to find out that that's not the case, and we are pissed off. I get it, okay? It's just, we have been sold a false fantasy our entire life that our 20s are going to be amazing. It's going to be like a fucking movie. The movie that my life is The Taxi Driver or The Nightcrawler. That's the movie. And I am another all-nighter away from having my own personal Tyler Durden conjure up and fight me. So that's the reality of our life. And we just have to make our peace with it. And small things like these can really help us cope. So nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to escapism. Just make sure you don't overindulge. And I'm guilty of overindulging myself. Like, I will want to live in one of my books. I will read it. Like, I will not put it down. I will reread, just trying to hold on to it, you know. I will rewatch my comfort shows. Don't do it. The more you do it, the worse it feels, the worse it gets, the more you hate and dread your reality. In my opinion, the best way is to just face it head on. Whatever problems you have, get them over with, and then use some escapism as a reward. That is much, much better. And that is something I've recently started doing, because I would avoid my problems and escape. So instead of doing that, I decided to maybe like face my problems, get shit done, and then just use escapism as a reward. Do that. It's better, it's more efficient, and there is less guilt associated with the escapism or whatever you do after you've already, done what you had to for the day. So that is all I had to talk about in this video. I really hope more creators talk about it, and I am always looking for YouTube videos on this. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Sorry about my hair. And yeah, my hair's weird. Okay, bye.